2026, if you're still dealing with women like this, you owe us an explanation. Describe, let's talk about it.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but baby, let's stop making these niggas relevant if they ain't did no major upgrade in your life. Like the bags, the shoes, the trips, all of that is cool, it's cute and all of that. But if that man ain't doing no real things to upgrade your life and put you in a better position in life, let's stop giving them let's stop giving them relevancy. Like I be seeing so many women talk about them dealing with ball players, rappers, this, that, and the third, and exposing them, feeling like it's gonna get them something out of it when it's only just giving you clout. Baby, fuck that. If you can attract one of them, you can attract most of them. And I done dealt with some heavy hitters, so guess what, baby? I will never speak on them niggas. You know why? Because I don't feel like them niggas ever did nothing really major to upgrade my life. I done bought cars. I done got my rent paid up for months, this and third. But that never really upgraded my life. I'm talking about getting my credit fixed, giving me 30 to 50K for a startup, for a business. You know what I'm saying? I really got it out the mud. Like the little shit that these niggas done did, it's not worth me talking about. It was cool. It was cute. It was, oh, he bought me a bag. He gave me a couple thousand. Da, 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 da. He took me on a trip. He did this and the third. That was just some shit for, you know what I'm saying, some laughing giggles between me and my homegirls. But exposing that shit and letting that shit hit the internet, me saying, oh, I fucked with this nigga, that nigga, you would never get that out of me.
So I think there's some real confusion on who's worth more in this exchange. Yeah, when we do these things transactionally, him paying it, that's not him being on the losing end of it. That's you on the losing end of it. Him paying for the vacations, the bags, all this, especially when you're talking about people that echelon, the rappers, the ball players, the entertainers who have more money than they have sense. That's an easy thing for them to give away. She's right about one thing. It doesn't change your life. Most people don't understand how money really works. If I give you 200K right now, that feels great. That feels amazing. But because you don't have a way to replace that money, you don't have a way to actually earn that amount of money, it's kind of useless to you. It doesn't really change things. It doesn't move the needle. But thinking that you're not going to talk about these people so you can make them relevant, you're already messing with them because they're relevant. They're not messing with you because you're relevant. Them messing with you makes you relevant. When we get this is just comes from the confusion of thinking that your looks, your sexuality somehow is in high demand and high value. You may get passed around that little group, but there's always going to be someone to be passed around that little group. You will fade into irrelevancy. That's what happens. Just look at the people right now doing some back in the day, Melissa Ford was one of those chicks. She was the it chick, but all that fades. There's going to be someone new. Now she's having different takes and she's being all open and vulnerable and talking about these things. But that amount of attention that was on her at that one point in time, that's gone. That's always going to happen. It's always going to be gone. When you truck in that sort of way, in that sort of lifestyle, you age out very quickly. And sometimes it has nothing to do with how much you physically age, just the fact that you've been passed around enough where no one really cares what you have to say anymore. But before we continue, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss no uploads. Still trying to do 2 a day, so hype the video, share the video. We got some merch in the store. Now, this is a very simple concept that seems very difficult for people to grasp. When you are the recipient of someone's attention, some type of person with status and wealth, and they are now basically paying for you, they have no other obligation to invest in you, say in your business. Sometimes we don't look at things objectively, or we don't look at the data. We don't look at things so things actually make sense. Thinking that I'm going to give you $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 so you can invest in a business, in your business. Well, what business sense or acumen do you have? Where is it? Because without that, what sense does that make? Most businesses end up failing within 5 years. You think this is the thing to do because this is what the internet told you to do. This is what's supposed to be cool. If someone has paid your rent for a number of months, if someone has given you money for bags, this is what you should be looking and saying, I'm going to take this, invest this somewhere on my own. Thinking that some man who, again, is only looking at you for your physicality, or what you're willing to do to him whenever he's in town or whenever he needs you, he's not looking at you beyond that. When you truck off your looks, when you want to sell yourself, sell your body, sell your attention, sell your time, that's all I'm buying. I don't care to have deep conversation with you. They're not talking to you about things that really concern them. No, you're at a club, you're at the hotel, you're at some event with them, eye candy for them to have fun with. These are not the same type of people you actually would get to invest in you. And let's just, out the bag. If you want someone to invest in you in your business, you got to come with a business plan. You got to have an understanding. This is what I'm doing. The market is missing this sort of behavior. I can provide this. I can take this following I got here and I can monetize that and do things over here. But realistically, no, your following is because you have a look and the things and the people you've been seen with. That doesn't translate into actual business acumen. That doesn't translate to actual sales. That doesn't translate to any type of service that people will say they want. You're buying and trading on your looks, and that will eventually fade, or people get tired of seeing it. You simply become irrelevant, and there's someone else new in the scene. It happens all the time. And if you had any type of business sense, you'd be able to look at this and examine this. All these women that are in this sort of life, they should be looking and saying, there's a finite amount of time that I can play this game. I have to play it well. Either I'm going to get passed around and I'm out, or I got to look at the people that actually get the rings, actually are there for the long haul. You don't look at Ayesha Curry and say, well, what does she do? You don't look and say, as annoying as you may feel she gets on and disrespect stuff, she has the ring, she has the children. You don't emulate any of that behavior. You want to think that most of you are going to have the serious outcome. You're going to have the fun. You're going to be with a rapper, player, ball, and then you're just going to do the serious prayer, and then here's Russell Wilson. How long has serious prayer been a thing? How many women have actually accomplished what she did? It's because it's not the truth. It's hitting the lottery. That doesn't happen. That's not and especially today when we're all connected, where everyone's getting online and telling their truth, expressing themselves in very, very, very plain English. Any man seeing this who could do something like this, he understands. I say, yeah, of course. He's not going to change anything. The issue here is one of self-importance. You think you're bigger than that program. You think that you not telling about the people you've been with, somehow that changes the game. How many times, well, you look at Stephon Diggs and how incredible his story was. Cardi B still got with him, gave him baby. Doesn't matter the history behind a lot of these men. You can call it a double standard for what it is. It's fine. A lot of these people, it does not matter what they've done. Some of these men, it does not matter how many people they've been with, how many babies, with how many different women. There's going to be more women that come there and say, I still want to be part of this. You look at Nick Cannon. This is commonplace. You name dropping, no one cares, right? It's a flash across the screen. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe that. Next thing. It doesn't end their careers. No one comes in and says, I can't believe you did this. Outside of things of abuse, we're just saying, yeah, I messed with him and I messed with him. Yeah, no one cares. And that's the truth. Your participation in that lifestyle, you giving yourself, your body to them, no one cares. It doesn't make that person more relevant. It makes you more relevant for that part in time, but you attach to that person until they've seen, oh, look at them. They're seen with someone else. And you fade to obscurity. Or until you attach yourself to the next person, and then the next person, the next person. You ever wonder why these industry tricks get passed around? You all know the deal. You all know what's supposed to go on. So the same ones get passed around and around and around. But you seem to refuse to listen to each one of them. You refuse to listen to each one of them and see, hey, what happened here? Or how do I not end up like someone like this? But it's your life, right? Just don't come in here thinking that there's some sort of self-importance because who you let into your body and he just paid your rent and took your trip for it versus what you wanted him to do to invest in you. For all those people that you've known, that you slept with, that you've been with, none of them saw fit to invest in you. That's probably a question that you should be coming on here and pondering. But listen, you can disagree. I'm always up for anything that you want to put in the comments. If you see all the videos on your screen, check those out. Let me know your thoughts about those in those videos. And of course, if you listen to Sound My Voice now, you have not subscribed, I think you should. Just trying to build something dope. I'll see you in the next one.